What I am not trying to do here is I'm not trying to get into the Bible review software. But last time I was looking at a Bible, somebody said they liked the way I did it and the way I look at it. Like I said before, told a few of you at least, and I have told the church that I'm not a big fan per se of study Bibles, you know. So I really prefer reference Bibles. So, and the reason I like reference Bibles is because then you get a reference Bible and it's the scripture being interpreted with scripture. You're not reading commentary notes. Most of these have decent introductions. We'll see what this one has. But this is the compact center column reference Bible, red letter edition with thumb index. I've just reached that point now where I don't want to brag by showing how quickly I can get to a book. I want it to be easy. And I use a Bible enough where I'm doing it, and I wanted something. You can see I don't have big hands. Most of you know how. And this is almost, my hand almost covers it. So this is a compact Bible, but it's still an 8-point font because 8-point is about as low as I can get and still read it. So again, this is the compact center column reference Bible, red letter edition with thumb index. The features include 43,000 cross references. I do usually prefer the Bibles that have at least 70,000 or more. But for the size, I mean, look at that size. Look at that, dude. That's cool. That's nice and tight. That's even smaller than that other Bible that I have. It's up at the church, so I can't compare them. But and that other one doesn't even have as many as this. It doesn't even have 43,000. And this has a pretty good size concordance in it. It has full color maps. It's Smith sewn on the binding. It's got satin ribbon markers, so it's got 2 markers on here. The ribbon markers, the words of Christ, it says are in red, and it's an 8-point font, which some people say, that's too small, I can't read it. But I'm telling you, an 8-point, it's the new Thomas Nelson Comfort Print font, so it tends to print out a bit better. And look at these thumb indexes. You look at them at first and you're like, oh, that's weird. I don't know if I like that or not. But it's designed for you to look at with the Bible open. So if you've got the Bible open and you're looking, I haven't even done the Bendy Pages thing yet. When you open a Bible, one of the things you're supposed to do, a lot of people don't do this. And I can remember when I got my first Thomas Nelson, that's one of the things they taught was you pull it apart a little bit at a time, and then you push the pages out and kind of flip them. And that gets rid of that connection that's there. Like the glue, the binding, and the gilt edges that are on there. Because it's been packed and hit and put away. And then you pull a few pages down at a time. You flip them. Make sure you don't fold any and cover it. And then you pull it out, flip it. Because I can actually feel it when I'm doing that. And rather than having to experience that later, I just do it right now. Now you can see, I can just go ahead and do the rest of this. I mean, I could pull it down, do that, push it down. But you can see here in the middle where I've got it, it lays flat. And then get the ribbon out. So it's got a brown ribbon and a red ribbon. And look, when I've got it open like this, I can see the New Testament here, and I can see the earlier books of the Old Testament here. Now, if I want to see the other books of the Old Testament, I do have to turn it like that. That's the only thing it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not. But now that I'm looking at it, look at that. That's pretty cool. You know, I can see all the New Testament thumb indexes here. You know, and it's like when you look at it, you go John, and then there's the beginning of John. And then here, going backwards, here is Kings, and I go to it, and it's First Kings. So, you know, that's pretty neat. And it's, you know, I haven't even really used it. And the cover on this is the, it's Leathersoft, so it's fake leather. And it's got it's pretty decent on there. The little, the texture on it, it's like a fake leather texture. But I mean, it doesn't feel terrible, but it was half the price. So, you know, that's what Robert's going to get, especially when he's unfamiliar with it. And since this is the Leathersoft, it doesn't have the ribs, which I kind of don't like. But I mean, look at that. That's something I can throw in my bag, that I can study from and with. And I love the fact that it's got the center column references. I hate those end of the verse references, and I hate the bottom of the page references. I hate them with a passion. And reason being is because the bottom of the page and the end of verse is going to have even worse. But the bottom of the page references are ridiculous. They're practically, you know, you're practically going to get like, you know, 16,000 or 20,000 cross references, which is really not a lot. You know, like I said, this one has over 41,000 or 43,000, and you know, I was really happy because it's compact. I can carry it around. It does tend to, you know, once the Leathersoft breaks in, it should lay flat a little better on the beginning here. But once I get a few books in, looks like it'll lay flat fine. But even if not, I can bend it back. It's not stiff, it's supple, and it should break in pretty quickly. And you know, I can open it up. I can hold it in my hand. I can read it. I can even read it from here. The Lord reigns. Let the earth rejoice. Let the multitude of isles be glad. Psalm 97, verse 1. So, you know, it's, would I say it's like perfect, but you know, if I had to go teach at the jail, it's a great Bible to bring, you know. Gosh, I'm really starting to dig the thumb indexes. Usually I'm pretty much a stickler for classic thumb indexing. I don't like the creative stuff. And I don't know, it looks kind of weird compared to some of the other thumb indexes I have. It's in the other room. I've got an open Bible I'll probably compare it to, but I don't know. It's kind of neat, you know, being able to see those and being able to see all those. That is kind of neat. Neato keen, man. I like that. Oh, I do. I like it. I really do. Haggai. Oh, look. Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. That's neat. Okay. Because you're towards the back, so I guess it's past the middle. Ah, okay. Anyhow, and then when you go to the back, and I know some of you like to be able to, you know, for it to be verse by verse, and when I'm looking at it here, it really does look like it's verse by verse. So each verse is separated, even though it's kind of done in a paragraph style. It's verse by verse. So all the verses are separate. So you could do it. Now, there's nothing on the right-hand side. There's a little room to mark in the margin, not a lot. Little room to mark on the inside margin, not a lot. You know, not a lot at the header or the footer of it either. But if you go to the back, concordance begins on 1427. And I think I'd seen one of the other really cool reviewers, and he left, you know, he said it's like 111 page concordance. I mean, look at that. Still going. Look at that. It's got some pages, blank pages here for notes, and full color maps. And I'm not sure where I've seen these at. They do look familiar. But, you know, and I like looking at them because I can see, okay, here's where they were talking about. Here's what they were talking about. Jerusalem in the time of Jesus. Everybody wants to look at that. But I like looking at the Jerusalem in the time of David as well. That's map 7, map 6, Paul's missionary journeys, Kingdom of David and Solomon, map 5, Jesus' ministries, land of the 12 tribes, Exodus and conquest of Canaan. And then this one, oh, look at that. Oh, got a little bit of some gum or glue there. So those glue pages, it could have been from the ink on that, but it looks like it stuck a little bit, but not too bad. It's a $30 Bible. And I know for some of you, you're like, that's ridiculously expensive. But the Bibles I tend to like are usually in the hundreds to $200 range, which is why I don't get them. Unless my wife's not looking and I can order it without her finding out. This is the world of the patriarchs. So anyway, how to use the references. It's always good to go over these instructions they give because you'll learn like the way that center column references work, which, you know, some people know, some people don't. Like on a lot of the Bibles, when you have center column references, on some of the Bibles, that, you know, what's on top will be on the left-hand side, and then what's on the bottom will be what's on the right-hand side. And usually there's a gap separating, but it doesn't look like this one's done that way, and partly because it's probably just compact. But like this says chapter 5, and then it's just got all of them listed here. So that's not necessarily the case here, but, you know, still, I don't know what you can see because I got it on autofocus and all that good stuff. So there you have it. The Thomas Nelson New King James Version Comfort Print Compact Center Column Reference Bible. And again, part of the reason I'm doing this too is I'm also looking to get my wife a replacement Bible, which I'm not sure if she's going to go for. So one of the things I might need to do is steal her Bible and get it recovered. You know, get a nice leather cover done on it. But there you go. This is the Leathersoft, brown Leathersoft. I don't know. Sometimes I like the black. On the really nice Bibles, I like the black ones. But on, I usually want to get my travel Bibles to be brown. I don't know why. You know, if I can find it. If not, then black will do. I don't know if I could. I had a red Bible once. That was one of my first Bibles. I actually bought it from Ken Crabtree when he owned a Bible bookstore. So, and it was a New Testament Spirit-Filled Life Bible, I think. That was back when I was following lunatics. So that was when I was in my Copeland and Hagen days. Oh, Lord, thank you for delivering me from them. But there you go. There you have it. Thanks for watching if you did. And if you didn't,